Hello, folks. Welcome to Ajay Acharya. Today is day 74 of my metamorphosis, and it was a very good day. Yesterday's sleep was good, though I didn't sleep on my classic schedule. The sleep was fulfilling, it was wholesome. I enjoyed it and I recovered a lot. My 5-minute meditation is done, and apart from that, the diet part, it is not up to the marks, but comparing to the usual Sundays, improvements are there. The last week I missed all the cheat meals. I skipped the cheat meals, but today I just indulged in some food. I could have avoided that, but my day to day life, the diet is so good. I'm getting lean. I'm getting my shape, getting into my best shape again. So I didn't mind a lot on that one. And the day was again, productivity was good. The day was good. I even spent some time. It has been so long since I've focused on reading one book so much. I even felt the time was flying. I went down, and the right now the apartment where I reside, it has a very beautiful park, and I just sat there, read the book, and I was in synchrony with nature. Some ants was climbing me. I was just checking it out, and it was so small and it was so alive. I felt great, and I was watching the green and blue, which I like a lot, the trees and the sky, and I was reading. That is a very blissful state I was on. I would simply say that the time when I retire, I would like to spend a fair amount of time in a rest house with lot and lot of greens and blue around me, the sky and the water, and animals should be there. So the goal is to read books of my interest and to learn some music, play some music, do some artwork, and apart from that, and record some videos like that, share the experience about resilience mindset and many stuffs, and spend other half of my time traveling around the world. That's what I like to do, and I'm also working towards it. And the regarding the productivity part, I also felt yesterday night before sleep, I was watching lot of reels and degenerative stuffs. I was basically indulged on that, which I felt so bad when I was going to sleep because it was late, and I just did what classical generation of people right now, the current generation of people is spending more time living in the phone than in the real world, right? Living in the digital world, they prefer digital world and escapism. I also did the same. I felt so bad and felt so guilty. I thought that okay, the next day morning when I wake up, I'm not going to do that again. So I just followed that. I'm just trying to stay away from the digital platform a lot. Occasionally, once in a, I mean, even occasionally, just watching some entertainment maybe to make me laugh. I like the guy prankster Rahul. I watch his pranks when I eat food. So that's it. And apart from that, the Turning Pro book I have read. 90% of the book it's completed. Still only 10% to go. I have to read it tomorrow. So what happened is I was reading one chapter for like maybe 2 weeks. Then I thought that okay, this book isn't that big. It's only like 132 pages. So I could even complete that in a single day. I wanted to just sit and finish the book in an hour and off. Then the 1 hour it was super focused from like hardly 15% to 95%, 90% done. Then after that I had to go out. So tomorrow the book will be done. And I read, this is a very beautiful book that every person should read at least once, I would say, because it shares about the how how the writer has transitioned from being an addict, a person who escapes from his own callings and spends his time more on shadow careers. That is something that mimics the real calling but won't give you any actual payoff. So how he also explores the space between the addict, which he called as the day-to-day life where people who escape lives in. He explores that space along with the life of a professional, way of living like a professional, the person who embraces the calling. So it is kind of deep book that every person should go through, and it will give you encouragement to pursue your own callings, right now. And at the end, the people say like there is it will also make you to think that there is no certain way to lead life. It is dynamic, but the point is whether we have the guts to pursue what we like to do with our life. That's what matters in the longer run. That book reinforces that thought, which I am a fan of. So I enjoyed the book. And recently, not yesterday night, but I've been doing this stuff recently. Before sleeping, sometimes when we watch mobile phone, digital platform, digital media, we just, and once we are done, we keep the phone that side away beside, and we'll try to sleep. The most of the time we will feel sleepless and restless. Though we are feeling sleepy, we couldn't fall asleep. That's again because that blue screen and all the um, information that is that will be processing in the mind after we watch the media. Yeah, after watching the media, it won't just go off. After that, it will process, right? The process will go on. So instead of that, I thought, and yesterday night I really felt bad because I became conscious of what kind of crap I was putting in my mind before I sleep. Because I'll tell you, man, before sleeping, about subconscious, right? Being more conscious and subconscious. The more we feed our mind what information, what kind of information, whether we put in, whether it could be positive or negative, those things will define and determine or will contribute a lot for our character development and decisions and many things, the perspective of how we see life. So I was just so terrified by what kind of information I was putting in. It was so random. So it will create more confusion. I became conscious about that. So I made a decision of reading a book before sleep. I've been following it for a few days. It works. It's like feeding something good to your mind and feeding what all things that you want to learn about and to become. When you put that in your mind before sleeping, you will again feel good. You will fall asleep soon, and when you sleep, the information will be processed and loaded into your subconscious. That will contribute a lot through, like in your life, that will be reflected in your day-to-day choices and decisions also. And we come to the last part of the day 5 of confidence. Yesterday I missed that, but this one is about handling criticism without collapsing. You know, we all tend to put on a nice guy mask every single time. In such a way, we all want to be liked by everybody. And the wise guys say that if you want to get liked by everyone, you will lose yourself pleasing them, and in the end, you will hate yourself doing that. And again, they say if you want to again please everybody, become an ice cream vendor and give ice cream for free for the rest of the life. That too, when people will get pissed off when you say, "Oh, the ice creams are, I don't have any ice cream left." So whenever we do something productive, not only productive, purposeful, and answer to the calling, this is somewhat relevant to the turning pro power. Whenever we live up to the calling, when we do what we want to do in the first place, there will be criticism, there will be critics. People will be pointing fingers and say like, no, this is not you are supposed to do that, blah blah blah. They will say all the nonsense, they will throw all the garbage that they can grab onto and say that that is not the way of living. That's because they exactly know this is how that they should have lived, but they don't have the balls to do that. So what they do, they will drag you down and they will confuse you. And I'll tell you one thing: if somebody is not criticizing you behind the back or in front of you, or you would hear the words, man, words won't stay in the same place. That means you're doing something wrong. You are living a very ordinary life and you are a people pleaser. Have to have critics, but the point is you have to not take them serious. That is the important point. You have to hear those words from coming from people, but you should not react and respond in a negative way and think bad of somebody and talk shit back. It's about, okay, when the criticism or when critic comes, you will be like, okay, I'm doing something great. But there is a difference between constructive criticism and just blunt degenerative criticism. People who really like us, people who really want good things to happen to us, they may say some suggestions or something. We should not again take that as bad and think them as bad. Sometimes people who wants best for us may give us some constructive criticism. We can take that and use that if we want, or else being respecting their emotions, we can just say like, oh yeah, and then we can leave it off. Whether we take and do that is up in our hands, right? So, but coming back to the core point, whenever some criticism shows up, whenever people say something bad, whenever you hear something, people talking bad at your back, most of the times what happens is you will feel bad. You will feel like, oh, am I doing something wrong? You feel as if you are left alone from the pack. You feel as if you will have imposter syndrome, many things. But this guy again has his own answer. It's basically true. Life is the tribe, the group of people who we worry about is also so fucked up like us. They are also so screwed up with their own minds. They have their own problems. So whenever they gather around, they may talk some shit about people to make them feel better at the moment. Escapism again. So they won't be always thinking about us, or worrying about us or pointing fingers at us. So those are all momentary things, and we have to be more conscious about those things and to never mind that and to move in the path to move in whatever path we have chosen, and to live truthful to our own callings is enough. And overcoming the criticism is a very difficult thing, and when you hear something here, when people talk bad about you, you feel bad, and I can clearly get that. But this is also a goal of journey of becoming a tough person. I've seen one image of a dog who will crouch and who will feel so bad when people throw stones at you, and at one point of time it will grow big and it will just keep on moving forward. Again it will feel the pain, but it will be more strong and resilient. That's what life is about. People won't stop throwing stones at you. You will just get stronger handling it. So that is life. And this whole experience of life itself is very unique. Yesterday, when I told you, today evening when I was reading the book, I just saw around and maybe just looked around. The planet is so beautiful, and I realized that how much things we miss day to day life. Leading a very pathetic, shrinking ourselves in a very small circle in a very pathetic way. So the world is big, opportunities are countless. The goal is to create a mindset to see opportunities instead of obstacles and shrinking away. The goal is to spread the wings and show who you really are, or what kind of person you are becoming to the world, so that you can inspire some people and make some positive changes in the world. And at the end, you will feel happy being you. Stay strong, Fortis et Liber.